Welcome, everyone. Today, we're taking a deep look into the life, journey, and legacy of one of basketball's fiercest competitors, a woman whose fire, spirit, and perseverance have defined a generation of athletes. This is the story of Kelsey Plum, a relentless competitor who turned adversity into strength, who faced expectations head-on, and who rose from every setback stronger than before. Whether you followed her from her Washington Huskies days or became a fan watching her light up the court for the Las Vegas Aces, one thing is clear. Kelsey Plum isn't just an athlete. She's a force of nature. Kelsey Christine Plum was born on August 24, 1994, in Poway, California. From the moment she could walk, competition was in her DNA. Her father, Jim Plum, was an All-American football player at San Diego State University, while her mother, Katie Plum, played volleyball at UC Davis. That household didn't just produce athletes, it produced competitors. Every family outing, every backyard game, every race to the dinner table came with the spirit of winning. It wasn't about arrogance, it was about grit, about finding your limits and pushing past them. Kelsey grew up the youngest of three siblings, constantly trying to keep up with her older sisters. They were volleyball players, tall, powerful, athletic, and she had to fight for her place. That fight would become her trademark. While most of her family found their path through volleyball, Kelsey found hers on the basketball court. The rhythm of dribbling, the sound of the ball echoing through an empty gym, the challenge of outsmarting an opponent, that was her language. Even as a little girl, she played with intensity beyond her years. Her mother remembers seeing that spark, that look in Kelsey's eyes when she'd lose a game and refuse to leave the court until she won the next one. That kind of drive can't be taught. It's something you're born with. In middle school and high school, Kelsey began to separate herself from the rest. She attended La Jolla Country Day School, where she became a local phenomenon. Her game wasn't built on flash or showmanship. It was built on precision, confidence, and heart. She could score from anywhere on the floor. Her footwork was textbook, her release lightning quick, and her decision-making mature beyond her years. Coaches often said she had the mind of a veteran trapped in the body of a teenager. But even more impressive than her skill was her discipline. While her friends were hanging out, Kelsey was in the gym, putting up shots. Her work ethic bordered on obsession, but that's what it takes to be great. By the time she finished her high school career, she was one of the top recruits in the nation. Offers poured in from powerhouses like Stanford, UCLA, and Maryland. But in a move that shocked many, she chose the University of Washington. The Huskies weren't known as a women's basketball powerhouse, but Kelsey saw something more important: opportunity. She wanted to build something from the ground up, to put her fingerprints on a program, to lead a team to heights it had never reached before. That decision spoke volumes about her mentality. She wasn't afraid to step into the unknown. She wanted to earn everything. At Washington, Kelsey didn't take long to make her mark. From her freshman year onward, she was a scoring machine, putting up numbers that seemed almost unreal. But it wasn't just about scoring, it was the way she carried herself. She led by example. Every practice was a competition. Every drill had meaning. Her intensity became contagious, and soon, the entire Huskies program began to shift. Players started to believe they could compete with anyone, even the perennial powerhouses. By the time she was a junior, Plum had already become one of the best players in college basketball. Her senior year, though, was something historic, a season that would etch her name into NCAA history books forever. On February 25, 2017, in front of a roaring home crowd, Kelsey Plum became the all-time leading scorer in NCAA Division I women's basketball history, finishing her career with 3,527 points. But if you ask her what she remembers most from that moment, it isn't the points. It's the people, her teammates, her coaches, and the fans who believed in her. That season, she averaged over 31 points per game, leading Washington to new heights, including their first Final Four appearance in 2016. Her performances were a masterclass in balance, poise, power, precision. There was an elegance to her game, a sense that every move was calculated yet instinctive. Watching her play was like watching poetry in motion. And behind all that success was relentless sacrifice. Early mornings in the gym, late nights studying film, endless repetition. She knew that talent alone wouldn't carry her to greatness. Only work would. When the 2017 WNBA draft arrived, the basketball world watched closely. Kelsey Plum went number 1 overall to the San Antonio Stars, a franchise that would soon relocate and become the Las Vegas Aces. For a young athlete, being the first pick is both a blessing and a burden. It means you're seen as the future, but it also means the expectations are sky high. Kelsey entered the league determined to prove herself, but the transition wasn't easy. Her rookie season was rocky. The Stars struggled, and Kelsey often found herself frustrated. The speed of the WNBA, the physicality, the new system, it took time to adjust. And as the team moved to Las Vegas and began a rebuild, the pressure only grew. Many players might have wilted under that weight, but Kelsey did what she's always done. She worked. Then, in 2020, just as she was finding her rhythm, tragedy struck in the form of a devastating Achilles tear. The injury sidelined her for the entire season and threatened to derail her career. For someone who lived and breathed competition, being forced to sit out was emotionally crushing. But that period became one of reflection and transformation. Away from the court, Kelsey began to work on herself, not just physically, but mentally. She dove deep into the mental side of recovery. She embraced therapy, leaned on her loved ones, and rediscovered her purpose. That comeback wasn't just about returning to basketball. It was about redefining who she was as a person. She came back stronger, sharper, and more grounded. And when she returned in 2021, the league witnessed a rebirth. That season, Kelsey took home the WNBA 6th Player of the Year award, averaging nearly 15 points per game off the bench. But it was more than the numbers. It was the energy she brought. Her leadership, her confidence, her maturity radiated throughout the team. She had learned how to channel her competitive fire into something that lifted those around her. Then came 2022, the season that solidified her as one of the league's elite. Kelsey averaged over 20 points per game, earned her first All-Star selection, and helped lead the Las Vegas Aces to their first ever WNBA championship. That moment, holding the trophy, surrounded by teammates who had become sisters, was the culmination of years of pain, sacrifice, and belief. For Kelsey, it wasn't just about winning. It was about overcoming. It was about proving to herself that nothing, not injury, not doubt, not pressure, could stop her. Her bond with Aya Wilson, Chelsea Gray, and Jackie Young became one of the most powerful dynamics in sports. They weren't just teammates, they were family. Together, they built a culture of accountability and trust. They knew how to challenge each other, how to push, how to laugh, and how to win. That chemistry has become the heart of Las Vegas's success, and Kelsey Plum is a vital part of it. Off the court, Kelsey has emerged as one of the WNBA's most outspoken and authentic voices. She's passionate about mental health, gender equality, and athlete empowerment. She's not afraid to speak her mind, to challenge narratives, or to be transparent about her struggles. In interviews, she shared how hard it can be to live up to expectations, how lonely the grind can feel, and how important it is to protect one's peace. Her honesty resonates with fans because it's real. It's human. Her story also extends beyond the WNBA. In 2021, she helped lead Team USA to the gold medal in 3x3 basketball at the Tokyo Olympics, the first time the event was ever played on that stage. Her performance was vintage Kelsey Plum, fearless, fiery, and full of heart. She brought that same intensity to the shorter format, proving that no matter the stage or setting, she finds a way to dominate. Off the hardwood, Kelsey's personality has made her one of the most beloved figures in sports. She's witty, playful, and unapologetically herself. Whether it's cracking jokes with teammates or posting hilarious content online, she's got that rare combination of intensity and charisma that makes her magnetic. Fans love her because she's authentic. She never pretends to be someone she's not. But make no mistake, underneath that humor is an unwavering competitor. When the ball tips off, she flips a switch. Her eyes narrow, her focus sharpens, and the world fades away. Every possession, every cut, every shot means something. That's what separates her. She doesn't just play basketball, she lives it. As Kelsey continues her career, her impact reaches far beyond stats or championships. She's become a role model for young girls everywhere, a symbol of what it means to chase dreams without fear. She's shown that failure isn't final, that success requires resilience, And that greatness is born in the moments when no one's watching. Her story is a reminder that the path to greatness is never straight. It's filled with bumps, heartbreaks, and doubt. But what defines you is how you respond, how you rise, how you fight, how you keep going when things get tough. Kelsey Plum's life is a living example of that truth. She's turned every obstacle into motivation, every loss into wisdom, every setback into strength. Even as she continues to evolve, she never forgets where she came from. That little girl from Poway who just wanted to win, who believed that hard work could take her anywhere. And it did. From college legend to WNBA champion to Olympic gold medalist, Kelsey's journey is one of faith, fight, and fire. And what makes her even more inspiring is that she's still writing her story. The hunger hasn't faded. If anything, it's stronger than ever. Each season, she adds another chapter, not just to her career, but to her legacy. She represents what the modern athlete should be: talented, transparent, driven, and human. For those who've watched her grow over the years, Kelsey Plum's story is more than just basketball. It's about perseverance. It's about defying expectations. It's about finding light through darkness and purpose through pain. It's about believing in yourself when no one else does. She once said, "The comeback is always stronger than the setback." And she's proven that over and over again. Every time she steps on that court, she carries not just her dreams, but the dreams of every young athlete who's ever been told they're too small, too different, or not enough. And as we look at her now, a champion, a leader, and a voice, we see someone who has become bigger than the game. Kelsey Plum is the embodiment of heart, passion, and perseverance. So here's to her, the scorer, the fighter, the leader, the light. Her journey reminds us that the real victory isn't just in the trophies or accolades, but in the courage it takes to keep showing up, to keep pushing, and to keep believing. Thank you for watching and joining us in celebrating the powerful story of Kelsey Plum, a woman who redefined what it means to compete and to overcome. If her journey moved you, take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who needs a reminder that resilience always wins, and subscribe for more inspiring stories from the world of sports. Because in the end, Kelsey Plum reminds us all of one simple truth: greatness isn't just about talent. It's about heart, and hers never stops beating for the game she loves.